very, very, very excited to have Kim Costa here today. If anybody hasn't seen it, we're going to play the clip or the intro of her infamous video welcoming back Boston College students.
This is really important. This is something you're going to carry with you throughout your entire academic career. In the 617 area code, nobody likes you. You're a visitor here, an interloper, all right? So I want you to keep that in mind while you're strutting through the cross.
I think that you're such a great personality. I think you're incredibly funny, and I'm dying to see you do more and like create more stuff and post more videos. So thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You made this video, and you used to post on Vine?
I did.
So what happened to all your old Vine videos? Are they still out there?
I think they disappeared. There's a couple of Vines that that I had downloaded and they're on my phone, but I had a lot of them. And I had this segment called Better with a Boston Accent, and I would be like driving down the street and like pretending to like talk to guys or yelling at my kids in the back seat. Like, and I was alone. I was alone in the car. So I'd be driving down the street and I'd look out the window and I'd be like, yeah, nice shoulders. Keep working them out. I can tell how bad he wants me by how much he's ignoring me. Like just shit like that. And it's like 6-second videos. And
exactly.
They were so easy. Like 6 seconds is like perfect for me. Like my attention span's not that long, and I respect the lack of everybody else's.
So could we maybe get more of those? Are you thinking about like starting to do videos again?
Yes, I am.
So everyone out there, please encourage Kim, comment, follow her, tell her you want to see the videos.
Those videos that I've made have always been like spur of the moment, last minute, driving, always when I'm driving. Because I'm always like flipping out in traffic and the rotaries and everything else. And that's when everything comes to me. It's never while I'm sitting on my back porch, like drinking coffee and smoking a cigarette in the morning, ever.
Is it usually fueled by rage?
It's always fueled by anger.
Okay.
It is.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
So when you created this video, did you know that like you had something as soon as you posted it? Do you think it would be something people would react to?
Nope, I didn't.
Okay.
I had no idea. I was watching the news, and Marty Walsh was doing a press conference in like Brighton or something, and he was surrounded by, furniture, that people were throwing away. I guess.
Because the students, when they move, they like leave all their shit.
Yeah,
out
I
the
guess.
street.
Yeah, I guess. I stay like out of Brighton in Alston, and there's nothing there for me except the paradise. And he was gently welcoming everybody back, like welcome back, and just obey the traffic laws, and
Oh, so that's where the welcome back.
Yeah, and I was like, fucking no way, no. Like, why is he? Yeah, why is he being so nice to them? They suck. They suck.
So what's the worst part about students when they come back?
Well, I can't drive anywhere because once they come back, everything is just all clogged up. I grew up in Medford and driving through the hillside, which granted it's Tufts University, so that's what I grew up around. I grew up around all Tufts students. And in my neighborhood was all Italian with like a couple of the houses were inhabited by Tufts students. And they were great. They would let us smoke butts on their porch. They would buy our liquor. And then all of a sudden, like, I had no use for them anymore. And I saw them for what they were. Yeah, and like they're obnoxious. Like, I've gone away, you go away on vacation and you just act like a mental case because you're nowhere near your parents.
Right.
You're out of state. Like the minute I go out of state, I'm wild. So, and these people are living on my street for a whole year before they go home or go home for Thanksgiving for 3 days. And there's nobody telling them what to do. So they're animals. And then I get a little bit older and I'm waiting tables, and the students are all the ones that they don't tip. They're paying with their parents' money, and they're brats. They're fucking brats. I get a lot of negative feedback, like I care, but I hear people say all the time to me, that student could save your life one day. That student, Ruth Ginsburg, is that her name? Somebody went to Harvard. Some woman said something to me about, I don't think it was Ruth Ginsburg. It was somebody else, and I can't remember who it was, but she went to Harvard, and she had a huge impact on, women's rights and everything, which I'm absolutely grateful for. And she goes, she went to Harvard, you should respect the students. I'm like, that woman was home doing her homework. She wasn't out, doing the walk of shame to fucking,
Well, she already did the fucking. She was coming home.
Yeah, she was doing, yeah.
She wasn't fucking.
Yeah, you're all.
We don't think Ruth Ginsburg was. Wasn't she
No.
a Supreme Court justice?
Yeah, but it wasn't her. It's not
I mean,
her.
she fucked somebody at some point.
It's somebody. I know. I know. No, but that's what people say to me all the time. That that all these college students are gonna save me someday in an emergency room.
Right.
But all those people that are gonna save me in an emergency room are all home doing their homework. They're not out at 3 o'clock in the morning at the Hi Hat in Brighton, Mass, drinking dollar
Well, they only
drafts.
have one beer.
I think that Hi Hat's still there.
Yeah. I think he was full of shit about the one or two
Dude.
beers.
Who drinks 2 beers?
Okay.
Quiz.
So you grew up in Medford
I did.
your whole life?
No. I was born on an American Army base in Germany.
Really?
My mother was from Roxbury. My father was from South Boston, and he was in the Army. And my parents married each other, and my mother was in Catholic school.
How old was your mom?
She was 18. She was at Mission Hill Catholic School, and all the nuns found out she got married, so they kicked her out of school. So she went to Germany. I was born 3 years later. And then my sister was born, and then they got divorced, and we were back in Roxbury by the time I was maybe 2.5. So I was in Roxbury, Hyde Park, Roslindale, and then my mother remarried, and we ended up in Medford.
And that guy was
Since
a good
I was
guy?
8. Yeah, that's my dad. He raised me, so he's my dad.
And your biological dad,
He died 3 years ago.
did he stay in the service?
No. Well, he
Did
retired.
he live in Boston? Would you see him? And
No, he left Boston when he was 18 and never came back.
stuff? Okay.
He was in Georgia, Kentucky, Germany, California. So I have brothers and sisters all over the world. And I have 3 sisters in Louisville, Kentucky. And I went to the Derby last year. It was
Were they fun? Were they a good time?
Yeah, they're wild.
Are they like
They're-
you?
they're
Like their
like-
personality?
They're just like me, except they live in Kentucky. So they all got married when they were 17. They're 10 years younger than me, and their kids are the same age as mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So your dad was out there.
He was out
He
there.
was-
He was just hitting everything. Yeah.
Right. And did your mom feel like she was always in love with your dad, or
No.
no? She knew she made a mistake.
I don't, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. But she came back here, and it was just us 3, her, my sister and myself, and then she got married again. And I have a couple more sisters after that my mother had. And
Okay.
they're still together. Well, they got divorced when I was 23, and then they remarried each other 10 years later.
Would they fight all the time when you were a kid?
They just, basic shit. My dad was a Vietnam vet, and 1 minute, and the next minute he has 4 daughters. So I guess, yeah, it's kind of...
Did he ever talk about? You know how they say people don't talk about the war. Or anything?
He did. He told me, he told me about Vietnam one time, and that was 15 years ago. He told
did he
us...
say?
Oh, My dad,
Yeah.
he just
Kill a bunch of people. or
well,
something.
yeah. I don't want to do that to my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, I get
yeah,
that.
because
Is that bad?
well, it took him a really long time to tell me that story, and so so I'm not gonna do that to him
Yeah, so I have an
because
uncle
he's still alive.
that was in Vietnam, and I asked him like his scariest kind of moment. And he said one night there was a bomb raid on the camp, so they would send them out into the field, and they woke up in the middle of the night, and like the bombs were dropping, and he's like his best friend, this guy from New Jersey. They were both like young Italian kids. My uncle went left, and he went right.
Yeah.
And the guy who went right got blown up.
Yeah.
And got killed, and he was like.
Yeah,
I
he
was like
lost
two
a lot of
steps
friends
away.
there.
You know.
And he was an only child, so he like enlisted. He wasn't drafted. He didn't have to go if he didn't want to.
Oh,
And
only
he went.
child didn't have to go?
I don't think so. Only children weren't getting drafted, and he was in college.
Yeah.
And if you were in college, you definitely weren't.
Wow.
But he enlisted, and he went twice.
How we doing? Is the audio looping? Is it cool?
Yeah, it's still going.
Perfect. So you're growing up in Medford. Did you like it? Did you like high school? Did you like, I don't know, did you have fun growing up, or was it?
Yeah, I've had all the same friends since I was 8. Like I come from a really good neighborhood. There was a ton of kids in the neighborhood. I got tortured growing up. I had braces. I had a 2-piece headgear. I had my hair cut like really short because I wanted to look like Joan Jett. And I got fucking made fun of like constantly. And I think when that happens to you when you're little, you either grow up and you become like a serial killer, or no matter who else makes fun of you, like you can't touch me because the kid in my neighborhood called me Leaf Garrett until I was 20 years old. So I don't really give a shit like what anybody says.
Well, it makes you funny, right?
Yeah, it just
You
made
learn
me,
how to get your chops.
Yeah, and I can take it. Like when you're making, like when people are catching wreck on me and everything, I can take it.
And is that why it's so frustrating when it's like you make jokes or you say stuff and people get all offended, and it's like, toughen up, you know?
No, because I've always been offensive to someone.
Yeah.
Somebody's always offended. I don't care.
Do you give a shit? You don't
No.
give a shit, right?
I don't.
Thank God.
I don't.
That's the problem. Everybody gives a shit now,
Yeah.
and like they tell you you're supposed to care. Like, I don't care. It's funny. What's the big deal?
Yeah, right. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care.
If it offends you, that's you. You're
Yeah.
offended.
Yeah.
Don't blame me. So
Yeah.
that's what I think about it. So your social pages are at Costaphobia, all of them? Instagram, Facebook.
My Facebook is Kim Costa.
What do you want people to follow if they're going to follow you on one thing? Is it Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram isn't that juicy. It's just a lot of selfies.
Yeah.
I'm
But
on.
I think that you should start posting videos.
Yeah.
On Instagram, short videos like you used to do on Vine.
Yeah. I know.
People
I
will
miss,
want to
I
watch
miss
it,
Vine.
but people have to tell her that they want to see them.
Yeah.
That's really important. If you got encouragement, you think you would do more? Like
Yeah,
if
I don't-
people were.
I don't think it makes it. It just like comes out. It's just like I have a random thought.
Yeah, but it's
and
like
then-
exercise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Kim and I sat down, when was it, 2 weeks ago?
A month ago. It was
A
October
month
2nd.
ago. And we said, let's start doing
Videos.
like videos. And you're cool, you want to do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you didn't do any.
Well.
And then I would ask you, and then you would say, okay, now I'm going to do one. And then you wouldn't do them again.
Or I wouldn't answer your text.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was going
Like,
on?
I'm
You
just
just
not-
didn't,
I
you were
just
like,
get
I'm not doing this.
I just get free. I just,
Would you get pissed at me and be like, fuck you, like, leave me alone? Don't tell me what to do? Is that part of it? Like
maybe it is. Maybe I don't
I
like.
can't tell you to
I don't
do
like
it.
being told what to do. That's what it is. I have an issue with authority.
I get that. I tried not to push too much, but we got to figure out what stopped you. Did you even try? Did you record any? And then just be like, I don't like this.
No,
I'm
I
not
wrote
sending
some
it.
stuff down, things that I thought of,
Okay.
and
You remember anything you wrote down?
no, I
Okay.
don't.
So you sat down, you're writing it, you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where you gotta actually do it, and you freeze up, you can't do it?
Yeah, it's yeah, the what I wrote down was stupid. Some chick in the restaurant I work at tried to steal my pen last week. She left me a fucking 15% tip, and on top of it, she was trying to steal my pen. Like, that's all I had.
That's fine.
I got really sick. I had like a fever. I was sick, and then there was the fire incident.
It's a month we're
Yeah.
talking about. So you did have a breakup. You broke up with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh. How long were you guys dating
What
before
was
you
that?
broke up?
Why'd you just make that noise?
Oh. Well, I mean to be sad. I don't feel bad about it at all. I don't.
No.
But so how long were you guys together?
Like a year.
Okay. Was it hard to break up with him, or were you
No.
relieved to break up with him?
Relieved.
Okay. And can I read the text that you sent me? Because I was like, what's up with the videos? You're not sending me any videos?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is the text that I get from Kim.
I thought that was a good reason. Oh, shit.
What? Okay, so I texted Kim, hey, you were supposed to be posting videos, what's going on? Kim's reply, I am sorry that I haven't sent anything. After I was sick, I broke up with my boyfriend, and he was a piece of shit, so I set all of his clothes on fire, and I was feeling pretty violent, but now I'm starting to come out of that. Smiley face. So, that's hilarious to me. Did you really set his clothes on fire?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
Me and my friend
Do you think
Nicole.
people would want to hear about this stuff? As it's real time as it's happening? Alex, would you want to know that Kim is like breaking up and lighting? Yeah.
Absolutely. Love
Yeah.
a breakup story.
This is.
Yeah, because it probably won't be another breakup for a really long time.
Because you'll murder someone and then you'll go
I
to
know.
jail.
Yeah. Don't murder anybody.
I won't murder anyone.
Okay. And the setting the clothes on fire, did he flip out about it?
I don't know if he flipped out.
See, that I would be afraid if that the person would try to
It
kill
worked
me or
out for
something.
me in that, because usually if you know somebody that does something like that, you would say, why did you do that? Like, what's wrong with you? And
You mean he would say that about
no,
the person?
like I would say that about any, like, why would you do that? But
Oh, looking back on what you did.
Yeah, but people will, I'm like, yeah, I set all this shit on fire. And they're like, wow, you must have really been in a lot of pain, Kim.
Yeah. I get it.
Like, nobody yelled at me. There was probably 3 people that were like, why are you so extra? But other than that, like, I was just
And you just felt
congratulated.
angry, or like, what did you feel? What made you?
I was really angry.
Yeah.
I was angry, and I wanted to give all his clothes away to a shelter in Lynn. And my friend, I was at her house.
Just to like spite him, be like, fuck.
Oh,
you.
definitely out of spite.
Yeah.
Definitely out of spite. And I had some really nice pieces of his, and I wish I had a couple of pairs of his sneakers. But
Did you like record it and send it to him? Did you tell him you were gonna burn his
No,
clothes?
I didn't. I sent it to a couple of people, and they told them. Yeah, and then we put a dicture up of the fire. But you could see the sleeve of his hoodie hanging over the fire pit, and I think he was like, that's my Nike.
Would you post the video of burning the clothes?
Well, it's just that post.
I'd be curious if people would want to see the video of Kim burning the clothes.
Well, it's not, all it is my friend Nicole talking about how nice the jeans are. That's all it is. All you can really hear is her voice and me laughing in the background, because that's what when things are going wrong, like you just hear me laughing.
That's how
like
you know
when
things
people,
are bad when you
yeah,
start
when
laughing?
people are fighting or arguing, like I'm always in the background, like laughing. Like when you watch those videos of fist fights at school, and there's always that one black kid skipping around the crowd, hyping everybody up. That's me.
That's you.
That's me, just hoping nobody punches me in the face while I'm firing everybody up.
So what's that excitement come from? Like
What?
about drama and about. Do you feel excited or do you feel nervous? Do you feel like
I
it
think
actually
it's
fear
nervous.
or whatever? Like
Because I don't like all that. I don't like watching people beat each other up, or things I get I'm nervous. It makes me nervous. I like quiet, believe it or not. I like everything to be smooth. I don't like people fighting with each other. I don't like talking
Does it
about
trigger
people.
a lot of you get really
Just anxious, and I want to leave.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So growing up, did your parents argue at the house a lot to what gave you that reaction about things getting loud and getting?
I don't know. My house was loud. I had 3 sisters, and I had a sister that was 13 years younger than me. So there was a baby
Did you
in
have
the
to
house.
take care of her?
Yeah, I had to take care of her all the time.
Did you like that? Or you
No, I
hated it?
hated it. I hated it.
Are you close with her now?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, she's she's really close with my daughter. She's my daughter's godmother. Yeah, and, my daughter had a baby, and my sister is like a huge, presence in my daughter's life and my grandson's. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting that kind of turnout, you know what I mean? Because we're so far apart. But my house was rowdy growing up. We might as well have been 4 boys. We were animals.
Did you have one that you always fought with?
Yeah, my sister Pam, she's a year younger than me. Yeah.
And what about now? Do you guys still fight?
I haven't even seen her in 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. She moves a little bit further into New Hampshire, every 2 years. So she lives in this place called Wakefield, New Hampshire. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I heard of Wakefield, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Wakefield, New Hampshire.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
So what is it? What's out there?
I don't know. I've never
Is it
been
just-
there.
It's the sticks.
Yeah.
And does she come here much?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
So after the video came out, you kind of blew up a little bit on Facebook. The video was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Who contacted you? Somebody reached out to you about?
Sam Metler.
Okay.
He created Intervention, the TV show Intervention. I was working in treatment, and I think if you kind of dug into my Facebook at all, you would be able to figure out that I was in recovery and I worked in treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So I was running a women's house right up the street from here, and my boss was really embarrassed of the video. And
Was it a guy or a woman?
it was a guy, and he was embarrassed.
Was
and
he just
he was a
nerd
dick.
or?
He was
Did he? So he actually sat you down and
he
"Yeah,
sat me
run
down
over."
and told me he was embarrassed, and I was like, yeah, I don't really care. I went to a cookout or something. I went to a cookout, and his wife saw me, and he didn't even, he saw it, or he heard about it, a week later. Once it was on the news, he found out, and, because, it was really hard, because I was really trying to, keep it on the DL, which was really hard to do, and he, because I had a feeling that he was just gonna not like it.
Yeah.
And because I was working in private treatment, so it's all rich kids and stuff, and parents shelling out thousands of dollars, and
Any difference between those people in recovery and other places that you've been helping out at?
well, treatment centers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the less material, you have in treatment, the more you're forced to focus on yourself. So if you're getting your nails done every Saturday, probably, it's probably going to take you a couple more times.
Yeah.
Or at least until your parents' health insurance runs out, and then you have to go on Mass Health. So he pulls me into the office, and he said, my wife saw you at the cookout, and she knew you were the one who did the video. And all my neighbors are police officers, and they all know that you work for me. I'm like, I don't tell anybody I work for you because I'm embarrassed to work for you. So how do a bunch of cops in Newton know where I work? It doesn't make any sense. I was in every single newspaper.
And you didn't say anything about cops.
I never said anything. No, it was just, I think he was lying. Like, honestly, like, I think any rational police officer would be like, she's absolutely right. And they suck. But whatever. He waited like 6 months and he fired me. And when he took the keys and the credit card and stuff, and
Did
I'm
you ever
like,
buy anything good on the credit card?
well, no, it was just for the clients and stuff.
Between you and I.
Never. I would never do that. Never. Not in a million years.
I would do a lunch like once in a while if I had a
Not
credit.
groceries.
No.
Yeah, right. Like,
No, but when I went food shopping for the house, I always like hooked it up for the staff.
yeah. Excuse
I
me.
was sitting in my car and I had just lost my job, and I go on Facebook and Sam is commenting on somebody else's post, and he goes, I've been trying to get in touch with you for
Sam's
like
the guy.
Sam Metler from
Oh, okay.
Intervention. I've been trying to get in touch with you for like 6 months, and he goes, this is the only way I can get your, like, he had messaged me and it went to like spam or something.
Right.
And he requested me on Facebook, but I never saw it. So when I clicked on his name, he wrote on my friend Katie O'Leary's post. She had written, you know, somebody interviewed her, and so it was a public post. And he said, I created Intervention, like, I'm legit. And then all my friends were commenting under it, like, I just Googled him, like, call him. So I called him. And then that was in April, and by November, like this week, like today, like 3 years ago, I was in California. Like, he flew me out to California. He wanted to like film some things. And it was basically, he put me in California, like talking, you know, shit and on Hollywood Boulevard. You know, it wasn't anything serious or crazy. And then he took made like a 5-minute video. He called it a sizzle reel and tried to sell it to all the networks, but it didn't pan out like at the time. But he had said that the networks really liked me, but he needs to find something else for me to do. And we still talk, you know, we don't really have anything going on right now. Because we were gonna do something based out of the house that I run, but I'm moving on Friday, so I don't know how that can work.
Did you feel like let down? Like when he was like, "You're gonna come to California," and did you think like, "This is it"? Like, I made it. I'm gonna.
No,
No.
I didn't.
Did you expect it to not turn into anything?
I didn't know what it was gonna turn into. I treated it
But
like
you must have been excited.
I was very excited because I was flown out to California. I was given money every day, and I was filmed just being me, and I was really grateful to be out there. So that's all I can like. I went out there with the 2 kids that caught that fish in Boston Harbor, the baby whale kids, and
the guys that are just yelling. Like,
yeah,
"Oh,
and I
fuck."
didn't really get along with them, and I one of them I didn't get along with them, and he ended up.
Did you know you were going with them?
I did, and I did.
Was this just like a Boston accent show? Like, what was the
It
premise
was
of
I don't know. It was supposed to be, you know, 2 guys like traveling around the country with like, and I was like a glorified like nanny, like just yelling at them and stuff, and it
Were
just,
they funny? Were they?
No, they weren't, and I literally shut down, like shut down, like I'm on a.
Did you feel like they were killing your chance?
No, I didn't. I remember being on Hollywood Boulevard, and they were the camera crew was really focused on them, and I was getting like knocked around, like, you know, those big microphones with the fuzzy things on it. One hit me in the head, like I was like in the street, and so I said to Sam, I go, listen, like, I don't know why you brought me out here. I said, but I will kill myself before I try to catch up to these 2 or fight my way into, like, I'll never do it. I'll die first. I go, so just let me know what you brought me here for, because it seems like the focus is on them. And if that's what it's going to be, I'm going to go over there and buy some magnets from my roommates and all my friends at home. And he said, don't worry about it. He goes, I know, I'm, you know, you're way more important than you think you are. And that's what he said. And that's the first time anybody's ever said that. And then the next thing you know, like 4 or 5 hours later, we're in West Hollywood, and there's like a gay parade. It was Halloween. And all of a sudden I had my own camera crew, and And we're walking down the street, and Sam stops me, and he goes, all right, so in a complete sentence, I want you to tell me what you think of those two. And I was like, you serious? Like, really? He goes, yeah. I go, is this your idea? Is this what you brought me out here for, to like tear these two idiots apart? And he goes, do it. And that was it. That was supposed to be what I was gonna do out there. And then I was the narrator. And so the sizzle reel was good, but one of the kids lost his mind because he thought it was like his show. I told him I'm like, you think you're fucking Lindsay Lohan or something? Like, you're nothing. We're like three idiots from Medford and Malden. Like, we're nobody, you know? Like, no, like, be grateful. Like, we're in Calabasas. Like,
So what was he doing? He was just living
he
it
was
up?
just
like,
he ended up like being escorted out of the hotel and
What did he
off the
do?
grounds. He was like, he threatened a maid or something. He was not like, he was an idiot. And
he threatened the maid?
yeah,
Did she go through his stuff or something?
no, she just came in to clean the room, and he threatened her.
Did he think she was like breaking in?
I don't know
Did he know how hotels work?
No, probably not. I mean, I don't think like the fucking Econo Lodge in Malden like has a maid that comes into the room in the middle of the afternoon to like pull your
Fluff the
sheets down.
yeah.
Like, it was like a nice hotel. Like, I'm not like a 5-star, world traveler, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, and I was so excited to be like in California. Like, I'd never been there before. So that's how I treated it. I treated it like I was on a free vacation.
And they were just off the rails?
Yeah, one of them was. But I ended up going to the Jimmy Kimmel show, and I met Cam from Modern Family, and it was who won the World Series that year? It wasn't us, so it doesn't really matter. But that whole team was in the green room, so I met like the whole team of whoever won the World Series in 2015, and there was like all kinds of people. And then I went on a tour of the whole show, and I became friends with the producer, and he sends me like T-shirts and stuff all the time. It was so awesome, so awesome. So yeah, that was.
Did the Camel Show ever run your video?
No, but the producer didn't see it until he met me, and he was like, the video was already like a year old, so
Yeah.
he was like, it's too bad we didn't see it. I took it down for like a week because.
But that's why if you keep doing new stuff, then
Yeah.
you'll have new videos
Yeah.
that they could share.
Yeah, and Brad, the producer, is the guy that does all the videos on the
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel show. Yeah, we did a lot. It was awesome.
Well, that's the thing. I think you have to realize it and accept it more that like people really want to hear from you, and like you have fans. Everybody I ask is excited, and they're like, "Oh shit! Like you're gonna meet Kim Costa, and like, gonna make any more videos? Like, what is she doing?"
Get out of here! You're
I
lying.
swear to
I'm
God.
supposed to ask you for an autograph, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, you
Really? No, you got to do it.
can I have that water?
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, it's all right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're underestimating yourself, and I think how much people actually really do. Like, your job should just be creating cool stuff.
Yeah,
And talking about things.
You're
and
right.
Commenting and writing.
That's what I
and
want
doing
my job
columns.
to be.
That
So,
could totally be your job.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
You remember Grind My Gears, Peter
Yes.
Griffin's? That's what I belong on Fox News doing that. I just feel that way.
yeah. I agree with that. So, but you know what you have to do? You have to do more content,
Okay, I'll do more content.
right? So we hear this now. So you're going to try and do a daily video? Is that possible?
Like, even if it's just like 15 seconds.
10 seconds, anything.
Okay.
It can be 2 seconds of those clothes burning. Like, but just the idea of posting
We gotta
every
put
day.
I want to put the burning clothes behind me.
Okay. Oh, so we shouldn't talk about the burning.
No, it's fine, cause
We already talked
yeah,
about
I don't. Yeah, but the burning.
We can burn new stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I doubt I'll ever be in that, like, up there again to like set somebody's shit on fire.
it. Well, we'll see.
I know, we will.
Is that a pause or is that...
Try me.
What was this?
Yeah. So if you're posting regularly, is there anything that you want people to send you or not to send you? I mean, I know you're
What
going
do
to
you
get
mean?
comments and feedback. I don't know, like, do you Do you want people to send you videos to comment on or talk about, or
Yeah,
like
they can do that.
their favorite songs, their favorite? That could be fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if somebody sent you like their favorite food or snack, and like you try it and see what you think of it? Would
Well,
you
like
wanna
a
do something?
review of sorts?
Yeah, a review of something. I would love to see you review things.
I would love to review things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that'd be cool.
yeah.
And now that you're single
Yes.
officially.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna start dating again?
I don't, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really thinking about that. I don't
Do
think
you do
about
dating
that.
apps?
I did Tinder in 2014,
Okay.
actually. And I was on there.
When you were in California?
No,
Oh.
no. I gained a lot of weight. So I was really fat in California, which is like awful.
But
to
you're
be
not fat at all.
I was fat. Past tense.
Are
But
you-
I was a
are you
fatty
one of the
in
people
California.
that says I was fat, but other people
No,
wouldn't
I
think
got,
you were
I
fat?
blew up. Like, I blew the fuck up. And
Why?
I don't know.
Were you depressed or something, or like?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I quit smoking. Every time I quit smoking, I
usually,
pack it
yeah.
on. And then I had quit smoking right up until I went to California, and I was on the plane with those two guys. And then the minute I got off the plane in LA, I lit up a cigarette. And that was it. So now I'm fat and smoking in California. And it's like against the law to smoke in public in Calabasas. I spent a lot of time behind the hotel smoking in a shack with like all of the janitors of the fucking hotel. And we all became friends.
Cool.
Like the bus boys and stuff and
Yeah.
who were in the restaurant. Like once I
Exactly.
figured out that all my meals were covered, because I didn't know that they were, like I was in that little restaurant like every 2 hours. But what was I oh, Tinder.
Tinder.
So I was on Tinder and I talked to a couple of guys and they were all idiots. And then one day, like after the video came out, I was talking to this guy and we were making plans and they were like shady as hell. And I'm like, I just started getting a feeling, I'm like people screenshotting like what I'm saying and stuff like that, like figuring out that I'm the one it was only like 2 or 3 weeks later, so it was still really, it was like still crazy.
You were worried that they would find out that you were the.
That I'm the girl, this Tinder girl that you're sexting with is the same girl that is like on the news.
And then they would take those and then they would
put
share
them on
them.
Facebook or something.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want that to happen. And
Why, the guys were trying to get you to sex with them?
no, yeah, I mean, that's what you do on Tinder, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, and then, so this guy, we're talking, and he says, aren't you the chick on the news? And I shut down my whole Tinder
Oh, you
operation.
freaked out.
And I never went back on. Yeah.
Well, what about now? You think you're gonna
I don't
revive the
know.
Tinder?
I don't know. I don't think so, because it's all
So how
garbage
you
on
gonna
there.
meet a guy?
No, like I feel like Tinder.
Not that that's the only way.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
curious,
Tinder's trash. Like if I
It
want
is kinda,
trash,
yeah. Right.
I'll go
No,
on
I'm not-
Tinder.
That's like from a male perspective.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying Tinder's the way to go. I'm saying.
Tinder,
what about Bumble?
Bumble.
You know Bumble?
Yeah,
Bumble's
I don't.
not bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Bumble's for relationships.
Well, I'm not looking for that either. I'm just.
So it's Tinder.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna,
Just gonna-
chill.
So what about if guys, because obviously I think you're a very attractive woman.
Thank you.
You're cool, you're funny, right? If guys that were interested, could they email and say like, I would love to take Kim on a
Sure,
date?
but most of them are scared. Like guys,
I agree.
guys don't talk to me. The only guys that talk to me are guys with fucking nothing to lose. But for the most part, nobody.
Well, what do you look for in a guy? Like what's your turn-ons?
Got to be funny.
Okay.
That's
gotta
like
be
the
funny.
biggest thing.
Height, is that a thing? Tall,
No.
short?
No,
No?
no, I don't care how tall you are.
Is it okay? Do you like big? Some people like big.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Like, that's not.
So it's not really a super physical thing.
No.
But if you're not attracted to a guy, can you be into him?
I think I think that I've found myself grow on people who, like, physically I didn't really pay attention to, but I know a lot of people that got better looking every time I saw them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like they
I get
just
that.
get more and more handsome like every time
because they're cool.
I see them. Yeah,
More
because
like aura.
you get to know them more.
Right.
Mm.
What's like your, like not like ideal date, but along the lines of what kinds of things, where would you want them to take you? What would you want to do kind of thing?
I love to eat. I like Italian food. I like Capitol Grill. I don't go to those places, but I like those
Yeah.
places.
Do you like steak?
I love steak.
Okay.
I love shrimp scampi.
So we should ask these guys
I love
to
stuffed
basically
mushrooms.
say, what would the date be? And
Yeah.
then if you like the idea of the date, you could
Yeah.
go on the date.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have to have a car and a license.
Because that was a thing, right?
It's a huge thing. And you have to, like, love your mother.
Okay. Any don'ts? Any
Any
big don'ts?
don'ts?
What are the big turnoffs? Drinkers, like. Is
Well,
there-
I don't drink.
Okay.
So I have no idea what it's like to hang out with somebody. I've never hung out with a person who can like drink 2 beers and go home. I mean, but I'm sure it exists, right?
It exists.
Yeah. So I,
Jim.
Yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
I know. Yeah, I don't like no drugs, none of that shit. Like, I just want you to,
What's the most important thing to you in a relationship? Is it like that they like text you a lot and sort of like tell you that they love you and care about you? Is it
It's all about what you do.
right?
So
Actions speak louder. than
yeah,
words.
so you can say all this shit and it doesn't mean anything. So you gotta show me.
Mhm.
So I think like a relationship, I'm not really good at them. Okay, but
What are
from-
your flaws in a relationship?
I don't even know. You'd have to ask somebody else. Like, oh, I stay way too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what my flaws are.
Well, do you get upset about stuff? Do you get jealous?
I get jealous, but I think it's like it's not like, I don't
And
think it's
how
out
do
of
you
control.
express the jealousy? You just be like,
What the fuck you looking at? Yeah,
that's exactly how you would
Yeah.
say it, right?
exactly how I would say it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that. And type-wise, you kind of covered. You have to have a little bit. If there's a celebrity, like a guy that you could paint a picture of, who's the guy?
Like physically?
Yeah, physically.
Well, it would be like Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
is the physical.
Yeah.
So you like dudes that are in shape.
Well, no, I just love Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. Personality type. Still more.
Seth Rogen.
Really?
Yeah, who I met
cool if
at the
he's a
Jimmy
stoner?
Kimmel show.
Is it cool if the guy's a stoner?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well,
Well, Seth Rogen, like, type of personality. The Rock is hilarious. Justin Timberlake is hilarious.
okay. So personality though, kind of like a Seth Rogen.
Ryan Reynolds.
Little goofy.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. All right, guys. So you heard it. So Kim would love you to tell her where you would take her, what you guys would do on a first date. Right? I mean, I think that Kim is beautiful. She's incredibly funny. She's cool. She's got a great personality. You won't be too jealous and like mean to them, right?
No,
I'm not going to set some poor lamb out to slaughter and then you just rip them to pieces.
I'm not mean until you say something stupid or you're rude to a waitress or,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
So that's a big turnoff. Like they have to be nice to people and not
Yeah.
be a jerk.
Yeah, they have to be kind.
I get that. Do they have to like pets, dogs, cats?
I like dogs. Yeah, I
What
like
kind of
dogs. Well, my dream dog is a husky. So that's what I'll be getting someday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could buy a husky.
It's coming.
Or if you have a husky, that's
Yeah,
even better.
I know.
Have a husky, that's definitely an in.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you ever consider to like have guys come in and actually like pitch you?
Pitch me?
Yeah. That doesn't mean like have sex with you.
No,
It's
I
like-
know what pitch means. Like, it's like, yeah. That's
It just means like, they'll
what, like,
present to
what,
be like, this is
we
my
all
date.
sit here and we're like
Yeah, and we
Simon
judge them.
Cowell and J-Lo?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. That
You
would
could
be
be
fun.
J-Lo and yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
And you can just be like, no
You can,
dog.
like, make it like a game show. Make
No
them do
dog.
some
Yeah.
shit, like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we would have to have them do a couple
Yeah.
of tasks. I mean, I think it's important.
I like people who've had the same friends for a really long time. Like,
that is important.
Yeah,
That
it is.
says a
It's
lot
like
about
from
somebody.
where, based on like where I grew up and how I grew up, like family's important, you know, like really long friendships. I don't
Are you
trust.
okay with kids? They have kids?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I have a grandchild, but you're not going anywhere near my kids for a really long time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though they're in their 20s. But
Okay. Awesome. I mean, I think we covered a lot, right?
we did cover a lot of ground today.
Is there anything else that you
I
wanna
wasn't
add
expecting.
on or tack on to this? What's the biggest thing? If you could, do you ever feel like you're misunderstood with some of the stuff that you post, or like, I know that you don't really care about people's opinions so much, but like, do you feel like people are missing the point, or?
I think a lot of people miss the point. Well, yeah. I do think that I'm misunderstood at times, but I don't. The people that get it, like even if less people get it than don't, like I don't care, because you'll never see me like trying to like break it down for you. You know what I mean? Like if you don't get it, you don't get it.
Right.
If you're not from here, you're not supposed to get it. It's actually none of your business. Like I'm not even talking to you, you know. But it's like I've spent a lot of time in the human resources office, you know, as causing a hostile work environment because I'm so misunderstood. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's fine because there's plenty of people that get me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't really care.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what you do really well and really funny. And if people don't get it, like, that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people like, you know, like people from, so I talk in that video, I talk about.
Is it a joke, though? Like, are you doing it to be funny and that's how people should take it? Or is it, I think that's one of the things, right? That some people feel like, oh, she really hates people.
Yeah.
But, like, ultimately, it's like you're making it extreme, like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
And they have to get that it's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, well, anybody who's offended by it, that's who it's about.
Right.
Because you'll never see, like, my next door neighbor, like, so angry, you know what I mean, that I did that. You know, my son's aunt, she passed away in March. She was like 76, 77 when that came out. And she lived on Eastman Street, which is off of North Street in the hillside. So she had been living up the street from Tufts University for like the past like 30 or 40 years. And before that, she was in Somerville. And she thought it was the greatest thing ever. So even if the whole world hated it, like she loved it and she knew exactly where I was coming from. Like all I cared about was her opinion, you know, because she was a mentor for me, you know? Yeah, so.
If she thought it was cool, that's all you
She
need,
thought it
right?
was great, yeah.
I thought it was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think most of Dirty Old Boston people love it.
That's good.
So, Dirty Old Boston, a list of favorites, your DOB favorites.
Okay,
You ready?
yeah,
Favorite bar ever.
ever. Dick's,
Dick's.
Last Resort,
Okay.
yeah.
Late night food.
Dolly's Fish and Chips was in Somerville,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Best place for live music.
Paradise.
Favorite Boston band.
Donna Summer's not a band.
But Donna Summer counts.
Donna Summer, I love Dropkick Murphys.
Favorite neighborhood.
The North End was my
When?
favorite neighborhood in the 80s.
North
Before-
End in the 80s?
Yeah, before it was taken over
Okay.
by
All right.
yuppies.
I think that's a wrap.
Thank you.
Thanks